Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
Make a greater contribution to your credit union by volunteering to serve on one of the following: Board of Directors, Supervisory and Compliance Committee, and Credit Committee. Members wishing to be considered must be active members of the credit union, be of good standing, and possess a reasonable understanding of the credit union's philosophy and operating principles. Application forms can be downloaded at gutcu.com/nomination or collected at any GUT-CCU branch. Send your application via email to nominations in care of GUT Cooperative Credit Union, Grenville and St. John Streets, St. George's. Or email your nominations to gutcu@spiceisle.com. The subject should be Nominations 2022. The deadline for applications is Friday, April 29, 2022.
This is GBN Television News for Wednesday, May the 4th, 2022. I'm Stacia Blake. In the headlines, CARICOM continues to oppose Britain's plans to recolonize the British Virgin Islands. High Court judge peddles the value of mediation over adjudication. Grenada signs U.S. $4 million loan to assist small and medium-sized businesses. And around the globe, steady COVID uptick in St. Lucia forces officials to extend protocols. EU chief proposes Russian oil ban and new round of sanctions. And coming up in sports, Whitsuntide Games carded for June 4th with the National Lottery Authority as title sponsor. Details right after this message.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue. Available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. CARICOM believes that any action to suspend the House of Assembly in the BVI and impose direct rule from London would be inconsistent with the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights.
One must continue to support the position of the elected officials in the BVI and that of the CARICOM heads and the OECS heads with regards to condemning this recommendation made by a one-man commission set up by the British, recommending that the BVI returns to direct rule under the Crown.
That was Ambassador and Chairman of the Reparations Committee, Ali Gill. He described the British intent to enter the British Virgin Islands as disheartening.
This is a recommendation from a one-man committee set up by the British government, which, consistent with the statement issued by the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States and that of CARICOM, is a retrogressive position in today's day and age. In a period when we are speaking about reparations for the Atlantic slave trade, indigenous genocide against the indigenous peoples, the period of slavery and colonialism, it is disheartening at the very least for the British to even contemplate the recolonization of any Caribbean territory. That, of course, contradicts and contravenes the Resolution 1514 of 1960, which the United Kingdom has signed on to with regards to the independence of colonies.
Citing the intent of the British to recolonize these islands, such as Montserrat, Turks and Caicos, Caymans, and Bermuda, the ambassador believes a conversation needs to be had regarding their independence.
And something that has not been said, that recommendations, there's a slight undertone of racism in these recommendations, in the sense that the British has felt during the days of colonialism, after emancipation, all up to the 1930s and so on, that we Black people in the Caribbean are unable to govern ourselves. But we have demonstrated, independent countries of the Caribbean, of the CARICOM region, we have demonstrated that we have made a major success of the imperfections of the Westminster system of governance.
On Sunday, the British government released the report of the British Virgin Islands Commission of Inquiry, the COI, which cited cases of corruption in a number of government-led projects. The government of the BVI is said to have welcomed the recommendations for improving governance and the commitment to work with the United Kingdom to address the weaknesses identified in the COI report. The release of the report was brought forward in the advent of the arrest of the territory's Prime Minister. The Boris Johnson administration decided to take control of the BVI's affairs after Prime Minister Andrew Foy was arrested in Florida last Thursday by the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency. He was charged with drug trafficking and money laundering after undercover agents caught him in a string operation set in motion last October. Grenada's Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell is among CARICOM leaders citing the move as regression. Christelina John, GBN News.
The developments in the British Virgin Islands have triggered responses from various quarters, including the sub-regional OECS grouping and the wider Caribbean Community member states, CARICOM. Reports say that the arrest of the BVI Premier, Steve Foy, could be linked to financial control, as developed states seek to gain control over huge sums of money which are invested in the financial services sector. And now there are fears that Mr. Foy may seek a plea deal that could well see some regional politicians being dragged into the net. Let's toss now to my colleague, Joseph Cador, who examines some of the issues with one of our regional media colleagues.
Stacia, we're joined by James White Jr., an executive producer of Radio Montserrat. James, now independence has always been a goal, and countries have been trying and making the move to remove themselves from any vestige of colonialism. Now, here in 2022, the premier of the BVI has found himself in some legal battles that could land him in jail. Now, why, in your estimation, would the British suggest direct rule as a way forward at this time?
All right, thank you for having me, of course. You know, I am thinking there is no secrecy in the cause of the British Virgin Islands. Rather, there is a 0% taxation policy. No capital gains tax, no gift tax, and so on. And this allows businesses to set up offshore companies in that particular region. I know that the British government has been trying to enshrine what we call register of ownership. And the British Virgin Islands is one of the oldest and most respected offshore financial centers in the world. And of course, the BVI itself is widely considered as a benchmark, which the other tax havens are trying to strive to emulate. Now they have earned millions and millions of dollars by their offshore banking services. And the British government does not have access to that. Now, we are looking at the governance issue. There's been a lot of talk about misappropriation or mismanagement of public funds and so on. Now, this Commission of Inquiry, it has come out ahead of its schedule, which was in June. It was supposed to come out in June this year. But with the arrest of the Premier Foy in the United States, Miami to be exact. Incidentally, the report came out after Mr. Foy was arrested in Miami, United States.
Right.
It leaves people to wonder, why is it? Why it was hastened to come out at the time it did.
I guess the conversation would continue around that. Let me ask you this. Can you confirm the reports that the Premier is considering a plea deal that could implicate other Caribbean leaders in this scandal?
I can't confirm that, because one of the things that needs to be said, who are these other Caribbean leaders who is rumored to have been in collusion or what have you with Mr. Foy? And that is just rumors as it stands right now. There is no certainty that there were other leaders who are involved in these kind of dealings. So I wouldn't go too fast to speculate much on that.
We're not sure, James. We say thanks. We'll continue to follow the story. Thank you, James White Jr., Executive Producer of Radio Montserrat. Stacia, back to you.
Following the money as the Caribbean watches the development from the British Virgin Islands, thanks to Joseph Cador for that report. 12 companies lost the bid for the Molyneux Land Slippage Restoration Project to a construction company out of St. Lucia. Details in this report.
The Molyneux Land Slippage Restoration Project has been awarded to an OECS construction company from St. Lucia.
We are happy to announce that the Molyneux Land Slip project is almost ready to commence. 2 Fridays ago, we had a community meeting in the Molyneux area where we met with residents, updated them on the project, what is happening. We also had the consultants giving some technical update and to inform the public as to the timelines for the project commencement and what are some of the impacts and benefits that the community would realize from the implementation of this project.
Minister for Infrastructure Development, Senator Nolan Cox, says they met with members of the community ahead of the commencement of the project to keep the members up to date on the necessary work to be done.
This project has been awarded to a construction company, an OECS construction company out of St. Lucia. That company is in the name of Construction and Industrial Equipment Limited. They have been awarded the Molyneux Land Slip Restoration Project. We are now finalizing contract arrangements with the said contractor, and they will be mobilizing during the month of May with a view to commence infrastructure work sometime in June.
In March this year, 13 companies had bid to repair the land slippage area. The Molyneux Road has been closed since Monday, 16 December 2019. Entrepreneurs and homeowners were forced to abandon their shops and homes in the interest of their safety as the road below gradually gave way into the sea. 6 million EC dollars have been provided for the Molyneux project, which, according to Senator Cox, is being funded for locally.
An invitation to a meeting that was scheduled for 10 a.m. this morning by the Royal Grenada Police Force was abruptly rescinded less than an hour before the start time of the meeting. On Tuesday, the RGPF sent out an invitation to members of the media to provide coverage of the Commissioner of Police meeting with all women police officers and female staff members at the Grenada Trade Center Annex. This amid reports of sexual exploitation of female officers, misconduct, and abuse of power in the workplace. Shortly after 9 a.m., GBN Newsroom received an email stating the Royal Grenada Police Force hereby notifies all media entities that a decision has been taken to rescind an invitation issued by the Commissioner of Police for a meeting carded for today, the 4th of May 2022. It further stated that the Commissioner apologizes for the short cancellation notice and assures everyone that a briefing on today's closed-door session will be provided during a press brief scheduled for Thursday, May 5th, 2022. This is News at 7. Coming up, High Court judge peddles the value of mediation over adjudication. Stay with us.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think of Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Bless up, Taurus Riley, up close and personal.
But anytime you decide to pack up your things and leave, don't come back.
Taurus Riley live with Governor Styler G, May 7 in the Spice Island of Grenada. Holy pa blessing, holy pa love, holy pa joy. Wow. May 7th, the place to be is the National Stadium, so a big celebration. It's a long time we don't rock with you, Grenada, so we're very excited that we can't wait to get there. See you. Just the way you are, girl. You don't have to change, you don't have to do a thing. Make it a date and don't be late.
Here is a little known fact. There is only one place in Grenada that you can get an MRI scan done. That place is Spice Isle Imaging Center. Yes, Grenada, that's the truth. Other centers could offer you other scans, but Spice Isle Imaging provides an authentic MRI scan. Here's another little known fact. Spice Isle Imaging has 3 centers. We operate at Grenville, the Carnage, and at the Ocean House, Grandlands. We provide the widest range of laboratory tests and services. CT scans, x-rays, mammograms, ultrasounds, and a host of other services. We are fully staffed by a team of family doctors and specialists. Call us today at 444-7679 or 406-1500 or visit any of our 3 locations. Spice Isle Imaging, from seeing the doctor to getting lab tests, scans, and pharmacy services. We are here to take care of you.
Let's start the new year on a high, a detox high, because it's detox time again at Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Check out our many detox packages starting from $100 or get 15% off on colonic irrigation therapy. Detoxing can help with liver and blood cleansing, weight loss, constipation, acid reflux, kidney stones, heavy metal removal, gas and bloating, and more. Call or WhatsApp us on 231-6642, 418-7115, or 449-7753. Ask about our delivery options. Visit us now. Bruce Street Mall, store number 1208, or Belmont St. George's, close to the Fall Edge area. Our opening hours are Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Detox your way to health. These specials ends on March 31st or while stocks last.
All concerned are hereby advised that the Carriacou branch of the GUT Cooperative Credit Union will be closed until further notice. All are therefore advised to call or email your inquiries. For general inquiries, call 440-1354. For loan inquiries, email loan@gutcu.com. All member services and debit card inquiries, email membership@gutcu.com. Management apologizes for any inconvenience this closure may cause. GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
RENDEC Community Partnership Initiative, supporting education.
The project for our school is the expansion of the school feeding department and home economics department. Our previous kitchen area has been very small and sometimes it became congested. Therefore, we would like to say a heartfelt thank you to GBN for partnering with us in ensuring that we improve the quality of education that we provide here at Riverside Government School.
GBN, energizing our community.
is Trisha Maras. I am a proud member of the Ariza Credit Union. I chose to become a member of the Ariza Credit Union because I got some financial advice from a former boss who is a member of the financial institution, and that was the best decision of my life I made. What I like most about the Ariza Credit Union is the courteousness from the staff, the low interest rates, and the pension plan. How has Ariza helped me over the years? I had two dreams in this life. One is to sending my daughter off to university, and the other is achieving my dream home. So if Ariza can transform my life, it can transform yours. So if you're not yet a member of the Ariza Credit Union, come on down and be a member. Happy anniversary to the Ariza Credit Union. And thank you for the 75 years of transforming our lives.
Hey man, when we come online, you only juking up your phone.
Yeah boy, now as I say, they have an app. I can't find it. I check Play Store. I do a Google search. I can't find it. Man, I get fed up, man.
Nah man, because you look in the wrong place. The app is web-based. You access it via your web browser, right? You can add it to your home screen or your desktop, like any regular app. Watch, look, I have it on my phone, right? And you can access it or add it to any device, your computer, your tablet, any device.
Well, how are doing that and I can't find it?
All you have to do is open your browser, right? And type mobile.nawasa.gd. And voila, you see?
Just so?
Yes, and you can download it or access it via the web. Once you have a reliable internet connection, right, you can run the app anywhere, anytime.
So, how I adding that to my home screen?
You click on those three dots, right, or your web browser setting, and look for the option to install app or add to home screen. Easy peasy. The Nawasa app is versatile, fast-paced, and always up to date because it's web-based. Once a change is made to the app, it updates automatically, no hassle.
Mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think of Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Lecturers employed at the TA Marischal Community College continue to push for the resolution of several outstanding money matters as they took their plight to the street in protest again on Wednesday. Sherry Ann Blackman-Stephen has this report.
The expansion is only centered around the administrative arm. But yet for all, we have the educative arm that is still suffering. The classrooms, the staff rooms, the lecturers' pocket are still suffering. But yet for all, when we raise the issues, all we get is that we're crunching the numbers. We do not know when the numbers are crunching, but we'll stand here until that numbers finish crunch and we could get an answer from them.
Assistant lecturer Paris Fraser says 10 years and counting lecturers at the TA Marischal Community College have had no salary increase, yet are forced to face the rising cost of living.
We have issues like we have not received any salary increase for the past 10 years. Standard of living is going up. Our lifestyle, our expenses, the basic goods we could have buy 10 years ago, we can't buy that no more. But when we ask for simple increase, when we ask for simple increments, we get the total back and off, we crunching the numbers. But yet for all, we could see development happening on Tom City campus, but development where? The principal office.
Fraser says their concerns seem to fall on deaf ears, leaving them with questions about the ownership of the college.
We beg the question of who's in charge of TAMCC. Is TAMCC a statutory body? Or is TAMCC still part of the ministry? We want to know what is the law that defines TAMCC. Because we have current issues dealing with TAMCC. And when we address it to the council, they tell us is either they'll get back to us, they're crunching the numbers, or they have to talk to the Minister of Finance, or they have to talk to some ministry outside of TAMCC.
The frustrated lecturers started protest action last week to draw attention to their plight. In a previous interview with President of the Grenada Union of Teachers, Jude Bartholomew said action had to be taken after many failed attempts to meet with TAMCC management.
Hopefully now they will get the message, and we look forward to, because what we want basically for management and everybody to come to the negotiating table where we can solve this situation. But the very opposite happened. We called for the negotiating table where we can deal with these matters, and we did not get any response.
A press release issued by TAMCC following last week's protest action states that it recently concluded its payments of increments owed to faculty and staff for the period 2013 to 2018. The payments of 25% of outstanding increments for the year 2016 have also been received. Additionally, TAMCC release says it remains dedicated to the payment of all outstanding increments and ensures all concerned that the institution expects to fulfill the payment of the balance of the outstanding increments for the period 2019 to 2021 by the end of this year. Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
Do you have to experience the heartache and pains of a lengthy and expensive court process to resolve issues? Mediation versus adjudication. What is the difference? We get a better understanding in this report.
Justice Royston Glasgow believes mediation is one of the best methods to resolve conflicts and fracturing relationships, which lead to most cases going to court. Noting the numerous negative interactions within the various levels of the court, Justice Glasgow impresses that one of the major differences is the representation of a lawyer.
So whatever the lawyer brings to court is what the judge or magistrate hears. That's the first issue. The second issue is that while the case is going on, those of you who have been to court, the lawyer is the one who's articulating or is telling the judge or magistrate what the issue is. You're standing behind that person. And many times, as Mr. Bialy just pointed out, you are upset about something entirely different, but you have no control over the process.
Mediation coordinator Marvin Toussaint notes that while mediation is part of the court system, it aids in expediting resolutions by way of the parties involved, driving the process of mediation.
As opposed to an attorney making a representation for you, the parties are the one who drives the process of mediation. So it's a more relaxed process, and it's a process that aims at bringing resolution quickly, which is critical as opposed to going through the entire trial process in the court system.
President of the Mediators Association, Christopher Diali, explains that mediation deals primarily with civil matters which have experienced a major backlog.
And sometimes it offers parties an opportunity to talk to each other, which they probably never did before. And in versus the court system, you have a third party, your attorney represent you, and you never get an opportunity to say how you feel. Mediation deals with all of those issues. So we encourage people to go mediation because we believe that parties themselves have the solutions. It's not a judge or somebody else that has to come and give them the solution. They have it.
Diali highlights that the biggest benefit to mediation is to the emotional side, whereby parties get the opportunity to express themselves.
Sometimes the other party don't even know what the problem is, and they're here. And it encourages that kind of dialogue. And then sometimes in family matters, husband and wife issues, they never knew what was the issue because the communication ends at a certain point. And it encourages them then to talk. And then when they start, it's like, why are we here? Why are we in court?
Mediation, according to the officials, can be done as a pre-action even before engaging the court process, as an average of 48 to 50% of matters being resolved. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
A call to institute the Occupational Safety and Health Act. This comes from President of the Public Workers Union, Brian Grimes, as he addressed public workers at the Labor Day rally on Sunday. More in this report.
I want to put on record the Grenada Public Workers Union will not negotiate the health of its members. I want to reiterate, the Grenada Public Workers Union will not negotiate the health of its members. Please take note.
President of the Public Workers Union, Brian Grimes, as he highlighted unsafe and unhealthy working conditions public officers are faced with. The issue of unhealthy working conditions at the ministerial complex dates back to 2017, where workers there took mild protest action, having experienced respiratory problems. Quoting aspects of the Labour Minister's address on World Day of Safety and Health in the Workplace, President Grimes implored upon Minister David to take the union's concerns to Cabinet to have an immediate resolve.
Let me tell you something. The carpets in the ministerial complex are as old as Methuselah. The air conditioning is outdated. Time for us to stop paying lip service and start doing the right things. You only hear that they're going to change the carpets and put tiles. In very short order, Minister, I urge you to speak to the Cabinet because you understand based on what you say that the health of the workers is at stake. So we're looking for you to do something about that with immediate effect.
Grimes calls on the Labour Minister to institute the Occupational Safety and Health Act.
However, I want to take the opportunity to ask the Minister of Labour to institute the Occupational Safety and Health Act. People are dying, Minister. You must do this. This will go a long way in setting the environmental standards to protect our workers. I want to hear you address this.
He highlighted some of the other organizations where public officers are affected by unsafe and unhealthy conditions, one of those being the Supreme Court Registry, where he noted there is a mold infestation.
My friends at the Mongay Mental Health Institute have to contend with rat infestation, which can cause leptospirosis. They have to contend with leaky roofs. When heavy rain falls, they have to move the inmates and the patients to different parts because the inmates getting wet. There is staff shortage. There is no security. The inmates sometimes abuse the nurses, cuff them in their faces, damage them. You heard about Patty Williams and so forth. What is the administration doing? But from time to time, when things happen, you hear them talk about we have to do more about mental health. Let us put our actions where our mouth speaks.
Chrislina John, GBN News.
And now we turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media. Beverly Tellisford has been looking around the platforms.
GBN Social Buzz is reaching beyond the local platform to share with you what's trending on social media. We browse the World Wide Web and bring to you the topics inciting the most reaction and debate among users. 34 vehicular accidents were reported from Friday, April 29th to Monday, May 2nd. Corporal Kadina Douglas McLean, attached to the Community Relations Department, spoke with the GBN's news desk on Tuesday.
What I can tell you from accidents we've had reported over the weekend, we've had 34 accidents reported over the weekend, of which 33 were minor and 1 serious. That serious accident occurred at Calvin in St. George. In terms of traffic, while we were on accident, a total of 100 tickets were also issued, and 2 vehicles were impounded for not having insurance for these vehicles.
Our social media users took to the comment section to share their thoughts and concerns about the upsurge in accidents along the nation's roads. The following views are of the members of the public and not necessarily of the GBN. Cynthia said, when there is an accident and we damage the utility pole, do we replace or the utility company? In my end, we have to replace. We on the outside do not know the cause. We just have to hope and pray it was an accident, not due to negligence on our part. Please be careful. Drive with due care and attention. Remember, we can't be late twice. Drive for the other person. Lord help us. Susan said, I've noticed many drive right towards others when avoiding potholes and expect them to stop or get out of the way. This is true for numerous trucks who rarely slow down when right of way is not theirs. Defensive driving is the way to go if you don't wish to be damaged by others. Fabian said, every day is the same thing over and over again. Something is wrong with the roads in Grenada. The driving is very difficult for some drivers. They have to take it very seriously because people are going to die. Vanessa added, oh my God, there were a few accidents this weekend. I hope no fatalities. Please slow down, my fellow drivers, so we can all arrive to our destination safely. And Aldit said, there are too many vehicles in Grenada. Some people are driving without license. Lots of potholes, speeding, driving intoxicated, driving with loud music, talking on cell phones while driving, and the list goes on. Hope they will find a solution to this trending problem. That's what's buzzing tonight. We encourage you, our viewers and listeners, to submit your think pieces on trending topics locally, regionally, and internationally via our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Continue to share your thoughts and concerns with us on our social media platforms.
Still ahead, Grenada signs U.S. $4 million loan to assist small and medium-sized businesses. This is News at 7.
Looking for a professional team offering around-the-clock, private and confidential nursing, medical care, and aid services? Then look no further. Nurses Care Grenada is a fully certified, insured, and licensed healthcare facility committed to the reduction and eventual elimination of healthcare disparities affecting the nation. Our registered nurses will visit you at your home, assess your condition, and provide the required treatment under the directive of a doctor. So why worry when there's Nurses Care Grenada? Give us a call, 406-3928. Nurses Care, reliable, trusted professionals we can all depend on. David Moya Monroe presents a tribute to Mom on Mother's Day. It's an afternoon of musical enchantment as we celebrate Mom through the pulsating rhythms of New Dimension, Angel Harps, and Comancheros steel orchestras. Celebrating Mom. There's also attractions for the kids. Yes, bouncing castle, face painting, as well as your favorite animated friends. Join the celebration on Mother's Day at Grand Mall Playing Field. It's a tribute to Mom as we celebrate life, living with the angels and queens among us. No vending allowed at this event.
Introducing Color by Sissons. 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 Color by Sissons.
Grenada, it's week 2 in the 4th edition of the Pure Grenada Cup. And on Saturday, 7th May, we're taking the action to the Big Parish, Victoria Park in Granville. From 7 p.m., Game 1, St. Patrick Crown City Strikers versus U17 Young Gunners. 9:30 p.m., St. David Top Strikers versus St. Andrew Big Parish Stores. Admission $20. Then on Sunday, we head to the Cuthbert Peters Park in Gore, where the St. John Dolphins will meet St. Mark Western Stars. Admission $10. The 4th edition of the Pure Grenada Cup is on. Don't miss it. Miss it. Miss it. Miss it.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pockets every month. Plus, now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
Acting Prime Minister and Minister for Finance Gregory Bowen and the CARICOM Development Fund on Tuesday signed a concessionary loan of $4 million US at the rate of 3% and a grant of $520,000 US for the second cycle of the Country Assistance Program. The implementing agency for the fund is the Grenada Development Bank. The Acting Prime Minister said that the loan will assist small and medium-sized businesses that were significantly impacted by COVID-19.
Concessionary loan of $4 million US at a rate of 3% and a grant of $520,000 US create the opportunity for these MSMEs to access affordable financing from CDB to diversify, modernize, transition, and develop, thereby improving liquidity and economic viability that will result in job creation, economic development, preserving the environment as we strive to attain the National Sustainable Development Plan 2020-2035 and the second nationally determined contribution.
Chief Executive Director of the CARICOM Development Fund, Rodnell Sumer, who signed on behalf of the CDF, said his organization remains a valuable partner to the government of Grenada. He points out the significance of this particular loan.
The significance of this for us is that this is the single largest line of credit that the CDF has done with any development finance institution in the region. And I think, it is indicative of our preparedness to respond to the needs of member states, and just to remember that that response is always couched within the context of our mandate, which is to pay particular attention to addressing the circumstances of disadvantage in the LDCs and other disadvantaged countries, regions, and sectors in CARICOM, which, of course, Grenada within the CARICOM system is classified as one. So with the 4.5 to the Development Bank, the grant for the Youth Enterprise Project, we have a total allocation of $5 million US to Grenada, bringing your country program to a total of close to $6 million US. Having already financed capacity building for the Grenada Bureau of Standards, as well as the Mirabeau meat processing facility.
From the thought process to the visual impact, it's time to take a peek through the GBN eyesore lens.
A good eye catches all. GBN eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Weighing in at 145 pounds in tonight's eyesore is a huge bunch of plantains. Tonight's citizen journalist captured 3 strong men lifting the bunch of plantains to weigh it. Samuel Mitchell and Chris Braveboy of Pomrose and David are the proud farmers. What would you do with such a harvest? Tell us when you send your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Stay with us. The weather is up next and what's happening in the world of sports.
We support you at every stage of your life.
for business.
For your education.
For your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Your vehicle insurance should never break your bank. With Beacon, you can get up to 35% off your fully comprehensive car insurance and still get full protection from unexpected damages with free loss of use, windscreen cover, and special perils. When it comes to your insurance, always be sure you settle for more. Call us at 440-4447 or log on to beacon.co.tt and get a quote today.
If there was ever a time to keep and stay healthy, it's now. We at Hills and Valley are here to help you take deliberate steps to maintain your health. We stayed true to maintaining the most comprehensive rates while stocking the widest range of medicines and health devices, including personal protective equipment. There are so many benefits shopping with us. You get great savings through discounts for senior citizens and reward cards for loyal customers. Ask about owning yours today. Visit us at Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George, Jubilee Street opposite the Grenville Bus Terminal, and at Hillsborough, Carriacou. Our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street also stocks the widest range of pharmaceuticals. We are with you on the hills and in the valleys. We are Hills and Valley Pharmacy.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Let's start the new year on a high, a detox high, because it's detox time again at Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Check out our many detox packages starting from $100 or get 15% off on colonic irrigation therapy. Detoxing can help with liver and blood cleansing, weight loss, constipation, acid reflux, kidney stones, heavy metal removal, gas and bloating, and more. Call or WhatsApp us 1-231-6642, 418-7115, or 449-7753. Ask about our delivery options. Visit us now. Bruce Street Mall, store number 1208, or Belmont St. George's, close to the Fall Edge area. Our opening hours are Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Detox your way to health. These specials ends on March 31st or while stocks last.
The National Whitsuntide Games run off on June 4th this year. The games are being reduced to 1 day, unlike the traditional 3 days. More in this report.
The National Lottery Authority is the title sponsor for this year's Whitsuntide Games. Jonelle Mitchell, first Vice President of the Grenada Athletic Association, says they are looking forward to a successful day of events.
Already, we have a number of interests throughout the Caribbean, because this event is also one of the events where athletes who are seeking qualifications for international events, they do participate in such an event. So Whitsuntide Games will be on Saturday, June the 4th, and we're scheduled to begin somewhere around 12:30 p.m. Now, let me just track back. What we have tried to do in all of our events now more than ever is to include almost everyone. So going back to the relay meet, we have events from the under 9 category way up to the adults. So we were catering for everyone in that meet. And remember,
Mitchell says as an organization, it is their duty to ensure that athletes get as much exposure as possible at international events. He said so in light of 2 recent records that have been broken.
2 of our national record breakers in Nathan Hood, who has broken the 800-meter record that was held by our current president of the Grenada Athletics Association, Mr. Conrad Francis. That record stood for some 40+ years, I believe. And to have that record broken after such a long period, it is a tremendous feat. And then we also have Josh Botang in the discus. Well, he also broke his record. I think he set it sometime in 2016, 2017, thereabout. And again, this year, he continues to throw and continue to improve on his distance. So
Mitchell expressed their appreciation to the National Lottery Authority for their support towards the rollout of this event. NLA's marketing manager is Reese Sam.
For this Whitsuntide Games, we will be pledging $44,500, which is full sponsorship of these games. Now, I grew up with the Whitsuntide Games, and yes, it was more like a 3-day event. I'm very happy to be fulfilling our mandate of supporting sports, culture, and nation building, lots of nation building in Grenada.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Sport, Kim Frederick, pledges her ministry's participation through technical support. The official launch took place at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium on Wednesday.
Newly appointed West Indies men's ODI and T20 captain Nicholas Puran says he's hoping to be the best leader he can be as he takes up the top role on the regional side. Blossom Alexis Welsh has this report.
As Nicholas Puran takes over the captaincy of the West Indies ODI and T20 international teams following the international retirement of Kyron Pollard, he says he is honored to be handed control of the limited overs team. The appointment will include the ICC Men's T20 World Cup in 2022 and the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup in October 2023.
I believe one day I would have been the captain. I just felt so, but I wasn't expecting to be the captain so soon. To be honest, it obviously felt amazing. It's something I've always seen myself as a leader both on and off the field, and I guess now is my time. So I got some experience in the Australia series, and I felt like the guys. I felt like the guys gave me a respect, and winning that series obviously was one of my biggest highlights as well. But this is definitely my biggest one, biggest achievement as well.
Puran has already captained the West Indies men in Pollard's absence, leading them to a CG Insurance T20 series win at home against Australia in 2021.
I just want to be the best leader I can be. I'm a very instinctive person. I think I have a lot of good leadership qualities as well. I don't want to try to be something I'm not. I just want to be a natural leader. Hopefully the guys can, gel well under my leadership as well. I'm performing. I've been performing for the last couple of years, and again, I feel like that's my strength. I want to be able to lead from the front. I just don't want to be a captain that is just captaining the team. I want to be the captain that is leading from the front and set an example. I believe in myself, I believe in my talent, and I know I give 100% every single time I go on that cricket field.
Shea Hope has been recommended to stand as vice captain of the ODI team. Blossom Alexis Welsh, GBN Sports.
And that's it for sports. Stay with us. What's happening around the globe? Tonight's regional news comes from St. Lucia, where health authorities have decided to extend the duration of the current COVID-19 protocols to June 3rd. More than 120 new COVID-19 infections have been recorded by the Health Ministry in the last 2 weeks. And authorities are also concerned about the discovery of 2 contagious Omicron subvariants recently detected in St. Lucia. NBC Prime has this report.
The Health Ministry, concerned about the latest COVID-19 indicators, has decided to extend the current package of COVID-19 protocols. Since April 15th, the Health Ministry recorded more than 120 new COVID-19 infections and also confirmed 2 highly contagious Omicron subvariants have been detected in St. Lucia. The steady trend of new cases has caused authorities to sustain the protocols. Health Minister Moses Jean-Baptiste has urged continued vigilance and adherence to the protocols to prevent another outbreak.
A national, resident, or non-national arriving in St. Lucia who is fully vaccinated and produces a valid vaccination record may not be placed in quarantine or require a COVID-19 test. An unvaccinated person shall submit a valid PCR test taken within 5 days prior to arrival in St. Lucia. A person can host or attend a social event or recreational activity that consists of not more than 200 persons in his or her immediate family or fully vaccinated persons. A person with the approval of the Chief Medical Officer shall host or attend a social event or recreational activity that consists of more than 200 but not more than 300 fully vaccinated persons.
While the rate of new infections appear to be inching upwards, COVID-19 vaccination has virtually stalled. Local health authorities have long maintained more COVID-19 outbreaks are possible, and the virus that causes COVID-19 infections continues to mutate.
After more than a month of strict lockdown in the Chinese city of Shanghai, authorities have begun gradually easing COVID restrictions. The number of new cases is falling, but thousands of people remain in government-run quarantine facilities, although Shanghai's leaders believe the outbreak has been contained. A mass cleanup operation is underway with an army of workers disinfecting the city's streets. More details from the BBC.
It's taken more than a month, but now Shanghai's leaders think this outbreak is contained. So it's time for a mass cleanup. Disinfection by an army of workers, thousands of them, before a gradual opening up. But the brutal war against COVID has left a scarred city. People as old as 100 were among those tested positive and taken to quarantine centres.
In the 5 weeks I've been locked down, you can't step outside the gates. It's Shanghai's most vulnerable who've suffered the most. Almost all the official dead are elderly and unvaccinated. China's leaders insist that still chasing zero COVID is the right thing.
The enforcement has been harsh at times. Some people barricaded into their homes or forced out of them. Communities fenced off. But Xi Jinping has made it clear there's no change. The man in charge of China's ruling Communist Party believes persistence is victory. This is now a test of China's way, of his credibility. China's capital is now on guard against any spread. Most of this country has been virus-free now for almost 2 years. But as Omicron threatens, renewed anxiety is spreading.
Stay tuned for tonight's recap. This is GBN News at 7. And now for a recap of tonight's top headlines. CARICOM continues to oppose Britain's plans to recolonize the British Virgin Islands. High Court judge peddles the value of mediation over adjudication. Grenada signs $4 million U.S. loan to assist small and medium-sized businesses. And around the globe, steady COVID uptake in St. Lucia forces officials to extend protocols. China gradually begins to ease restrictions on Shanghai's residents. And in sports, Whitsuntide Games carded for June 4th with the National Lottery Authority as title sponsor. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at gbn.gd or on GBN Television's Facebook page or YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Stacia Blake. That's the news. From all of us here at GBN, we wish you a safe evening. Good night.